backside off the hip to short fine leg. Just the leg by. Yeah, I was just going to work that out. So Helm's got 2 left, number 22 so far. Cullen bowled out 1 for 41. De Carey's bowled out 2 for 34. Good from him. Anderson's none for 19 from 2, while Holman is 2 for 12 from 3. But that means him bowling, what, final over at this end? Throw out the non-strikers end, they're through. The throw misses anyway. We go spinner to bowl the 19th.
It's tricky,
call.
Yeah. I mean, certainly he's been, you know, the hardest guy to get away, hasn't he? But with that extra bit of freedom, with it being so late in the innings, it might be a little bit risky, but certainly he's bowled particularly well. And
that's up in the air. Could be a wicket for Higgins. Drops short. Deep backward square coming in. Max Hold'em. So Whiteley gets away with it. He's on to 18. Wood has 21. Whiteley keeps the strike. 3 overs to go here at Radlett. Hampshire put in. They're 140 for 5.
Yeah, superb over there from Ryan. Like I said, looked like he really was clear on what he wanted to do. A lot of pace off, but making sure that he used the wicket that we said has been pretty tricky, back of a length, and yeah, looked like they really struggled to hit the ball clean there.
So Higgins has gone for 9 off his 2. Does he bowl the 19th?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of options. Certainly, yeah, Lukey will be feeling pretty hard done by if he doesn't finish his spell after bowling how he has done.
Good start for Helm. Ankles across Whiteley, looking to give himself room.
Yeah, excellent that from Tom. Really important that, you know, we finish well here after having such a strong period after that power play, really wrestling back the momentum and finding ways to take wickets. So important that these next 3 overs are kept to, you know, as low as possible, and I think anything that would end up under 170 would feel like a really good effort.
Up in the air, safe though, well inside the circle. As Anderson charges in from long off.
Yeah, another miss hit there from that back of the length. Good clubbing at the moment from Ross Whiteley. He's just finding ways to evade the fielders, so hopefully that doesn't give him an opportunity to get his eye in and start finding the middle of the bat.
Slow ball. It's a full toss and it's a good stop. It's great fielding by Holden. Gets the throw in early as well. They're back for the second, but outstanding work by Holden.
Yeah, it certainly feels like the performance in the field has been better, and you know, particularly here, it isn't always the easiest outfield, both with it being quick and a little bit uneven in patches. So it feels like we've really managed to execute well, both on the boundaries and in the ring, keeping the singles to a minimum. So it's been good so far.
Slow ball again. Just a single this occasion. Now they're going to come back for the second. There's a little bobble there, which De Carey's had to be wary of. Protect the boundary. Now them a couple. There's still plenty can happen in the next 2.2 overs, but at the halfway stage, of course, it will only be a job half done, but Middlesex will be very happy with the way this has gone. Best innings, I'd assume, so far, from the top of my head anyway. T20 campaign so far this season. Oh, gets that one through. Another dot ball.
I think so, and I think, you know, best of all has been the combination of, I think the plans have been really clearly laid out, and then the execution has been pretty bang on as well. There's always going to be boundaries, always going to be good shots, but it looks like the guys really are clear in what they're trying to do, and on the most part have pulled it off.
And against the defending champions.
Yeah, and certainly you need wickets early against these guys and to put pressure on their lower order, and I think we've done that. We've done that perfectly.
That's good again from Helm. We're just having to adapt a single down to long leg. End of the 18th. Helm goes for just the 6th. 6 off that over.
Yep, and those last 2 overs going for 12 is, you know, I think exactly what we'd have looked for as a team there. Trying to minimise the boundaries and knowing that there's always going to be a chance that they can run a couple into these pockets in the outfield. But if you can really take down those boundary options, then you really give yourself a chance of getting out of the over with as little damage as possible.
Higgins it is to bowl the final over. So that last over that he bowled, number 10 off 2 for Higgins. I think, what was it, the 17th that he bowled that ball in this over, didn't it? Excellent over. Last over from this end, I was saying, sorry. Oh, it's crunched. Through the covers it goes, straight to the sweeper.
Yeah, and certainly the last few games, Higgins come back nicely with the ball. Probably didn't feel at his best and start the blast as well as he would have liked with ball in hand. And it is a tricky game sometimes when it's working against you. But great to see him coming back nicely last couple.
Catch it. Feathered to short fine leg straight to the field. It's just a single taken.
Yeah, it looks like he's really finding a way to get some good purchase on these cutters and you know, slower balls here, really making life tricky. Particularly Whiteley struggling to really find a way of picking up the pace off the wicket, which has been particularly effective.
Give it a little bit of width, flayed in the air, just fine of Holman. Tried to get something on it, he had one grab at it really, but just eluding him.
Yeah, my fault. Just as I said, the fielding had been our best of the season. Never easy, that, you know, hard to put much blame on the fielder's door there.
The trajectory as well with that slope, as we mentioned, from the mounds, you just never know how that bounce is going to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, now he stepped across. Umpire Bailey's gone with the wides. Just outside the line. Higgins not impressed. As Wood had gone across. Just push that a little bit wider by Higgins.
Yeah, it did look a little bit on the harsh side, that. You know, we're always told as players that the wide line shifts across as the batsman goes, so you always feel like you need to make sure that you use that and sort of hope that there'll be a little bit of leeway on your side.
Oh, that's right on the line that time. Maybe just even things up a little.
We'll call that 1-all.
Oh, swing and a miss. Now, one to come from Higgins.
Yeah, good mixing again from Ryan here. And certainly I think, you know, even for a guy of, you know, might not have, you know, bundles of pace, but he's got a massive appetite for these scenarios and for bowling in pressure situations, which always stands a bowler in good stead.
Last ball of the 19th. Oh, that's good as well, just inside the line. Brilliant from Higgins, that's perfect. Given that little bit of width, and fine over from Higgins. 153 for 5. Remember, just past the 100 point when the wickets had tumbled, we were saying they'd be trying to look for somewhere around 160. Well, these guys gave it a chance. 31 from Wood, 20 from Whiteley. Good strike rates from them, but Middlesex have just dragged it back again in the last couple of overs. And Helm bowling the final over. Well, it could go anywhere, of course, this over, but Helm at the death, such a difficult bowler to get away.
Yeah, and it is always hard to tell, particularly when, you know, we were mentioning a partnership gets going and two guys are in. certainly it feels like the ground gets smaller and that it's easier to score. So maybe we'd look at 180 as about par, but certainly three single-digit overs so far to close out the innings. Hopefully another one to follow here has been particularly impressive.
Block hole delivery in the air. Whoa, he's got hold of that. Magnificent shot from Whiteley. It's right up there from Helm. He's missed by barely a matter of inches his target, but Whiteley cashes in.
Yeah, good batting. You know, Whiteley probably doesn't feel like he struck the ball particularly well, and that felt like it really was, you know, pretty close to that Yorker length, and he's just managed to get enough under it. And yeah, he's a strong guy and not the biggest boundary straight, and yeah, he's made Helmy pay there.
I mean, that was the finest the margins. How he's cleared 6 out of that delivery. It was hardly in the slot, was it?
Absolutely, and players like Whiteley are so dangerous for that exact reason, in that, you know, when it does come to this key period in the game, your margins do feel small, particularly when you get to the slightly smaller grounds.
So look at the 6 again. Just a little bit of width, I guess, helped him to free up the arms slightly. But still, Helm was hardly off target there, was he?
Yeah, and I think, you know, probably it is a fraction off, and like you said, often with guys like Whiteley, the sort of bigger hitters at the death, you probably want to either get right towards the wide line, away from his body, or at the toes, to make sure that he can't free those arms. Anywhere in between that misses is going to be potentially, you know, trouble, and gives him a chance to really use his power. So yeah, hopefully Helmy can find a way to take that away from him over these next few balls.
Replacement ball found, as the damage was done to that last one. Smeared out to deep mid wicket for a single. Whiteley off strike, 27 from 19 for him.
Yeah, and good mixing there from Helmy's. One of his great skills at the death is that he is unpredictable, with also having that added pace element and a good slow ball, which I think, you know, in the current climate of T20 cricket and the way the game's going is absolutely crucial.
Feels like this could be an interesting matchup now, Helm to Wood. Pace off, in the air, and out. Holman holds on, and Wood goes for 31. Brilliant innings for him, just managing to push Hampshire on when they looked as though they might drop short, and some way short of 160. Well, they've got to that. Where can they go afterwards?
Yeah, another good catch there from Luke Holman in the deep. Good use again of that serve ball from Helmy there. Particularly, I think, when he gets that nice and full, with it being back of the hand and looking like it comes out seam up, always is tricky to really pick up exactly where it's going to drop. So good use of it, and yeah, good catch by Lukey in the deep.
Great shot that. Excellent work from Holman. Excellent work from the camera person and the producer as well. Well done, Dan. Always well done from Ollie, the producer.
Always a pleasure to see Luke Holman's concentration face as well.
Ian Dawson, the new bat, well, they were always going to do that, weren't they? Find the single, rightly so. Dawson, who got that horrible injury here in 2020 when he was going for a single. Was played off the, well, in fact, it was even off the single. I remember he was on the back foot. I think it was just he landed on the Achilles and then set off.
Yeah, I remember being here for that, and it was, yeah, horrible to witness. Obviously, for anyone to get an injury, and like you said, in that situation, you sort of knew from the off, I guess, that something pretty sinister had happened. And yeah, I think he's done really well to sort of recover, and obviously becomes, you know, maintained himself as such a key player for Hampshire.
Slow ball up in the air. Oh, everyone going for it. It's going to land safe. They won't get back for the second, crucially. Whiteley has one, so Dawson will face the last ball. On 62 for 6. So 6 off the first ball of the over. 1 wicket, 1-1. This is an over Middlesex very much would have taken to finish.
Yeah, and as always, you know, you feel like you've done a great job clawing back, but it's still absolutely vital that this, you know, with only 1 ball left, that you really sort of hit your spot and make sure there's not too much further damage.
Mid-off is up, long on his back. Goes with length. Dawson probably could have guessed that one. They'll get 2. It's good fielding from Holden.
Yeah, he's had a good day out there, Maxi. Bit of a hot spot and probably one of the tougher places to field, and certainly he's one of our most athletic guys and has done a brilliant job out there for the team. And yeah, certainly the halfway stage, I think 164, certainly the guys will be pretty happy, and I think about 60 odd off the power play, wasn't it? So certainly a pretty good comeback there from the guys. 63 for 1 it was after the power play. They lost their 3rd wicket in the 12th over. 94 for 3 at that stage when McDermott fell. So Helm ends up with 1 for 38 off his 39 off his 4 overs. Good finish from him. Good all-round performance from Middlesex. 47 for McDermott at the top. The top score. I think, Toby, as we'll take a short break here on the live stream, the one comment that I think that you came up with, I think, which sums it up for me, is partnerships. It's perhaps what Hampshire didn't have enough of, and that's what Middlesex will look for. Yeah, absolutely, and I think, you know, one thing we're trying to do is play a nice positive brand of cricket here at the moment, but also make sure that we're smart in the way that we go about that. And I think, yeah, hopefully the guys in there will be discussing exactly that. And again, we spoke about having a good record here and experience of the ground. I think we know that when you get 2 set guys in, that you can really impact the game in a pretty dangerous way. So yeah, fingers crossed that starts with the opening partnership, and that, yeah, they can go out there and knock them off.
Toby, thanks for your company. Excellent innings from you. Tim Murder's got his work cut out in the second innings to see this one home.
My pleasure, my pleasure.
Thanks very much, Toby Rowland-Jones. 165 the target for Middlesex to win then here at Radlett. Join us back after a short break. We'll pick up the commentary in just a few moments' time.
Pioneer, adventurer, leader. It's an instinct to never stand still. Always striving, never settling. Why should investing be any different? After all, your investment challenges aren't standing still. So neither will we. Expect more with iShares.
We're Cambridge, we're Colchester, Felixstowe and Cromer, we're Peterborough, Wellingborough, we're Luton and Acton, we're Hertford and Stratford, London and the East. We're beginners and we're veterans, local and adopted. We're progressive, we're inclusive, we're versatile, we wear our badge with pride. We're those who volunteer endless time, nurturing the future of our game. We're those who inspire others to give it a go. We're those who support with passion and those who dream of pulling on our shirt. We're strengthening our history to thrive in the future. We are built by our region, for our region. We are sunrisers.
Leaders never stand still. Expect more with iShares.
Go down as well. Oh, that's a terrible throw, though. Not that. Tap it and then get behind it. Yeah. Base in the yard, and then it does better. How do you take it up? Yeah. You stay through on it. Just hope it has a nice.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Radlitz, where Stephen Eskenazi and Joe Cracknell out to open the innings for Middlesex. 165 the target after a pretty fine bowling performance here in Hertfordshire. Hampshire put in a top score at the top from McDermott Early wicket of Vince, crucial in this one, the form that he's been in, but Middlesex will be delighted with what they produce with the ball against the defending champions. Job only half done though, they'll know that. Middlesex won't for a moment think the job's done. So Wood it'll be to open up from the pavilion end. So 165 is the target. Wood be left arm over. He's got one slip in place. Deep square is back. So too deep backward point. Stop slightly on Eskenazi that one. Eskenazi had that incredible run in white ball cricket, including here at Radlett last year. Oh, it's a beaut from Wood, angled across Eskenazi.